You felt it. The light switch clicks off, the room drops into black. Before you can stop it, something in you goes on alert. You know there's nothing there. It's your own room. You've slept in it 1,000 times, and yet your heart picks up and your eyes strain against the dark, searching. Why? Nobody ever taught you to be afraid of the dark. So where did this come from? Here's the strange part. Almost every child on Earth becomes afraid of the dark, and they do it on roughly the same schedule. It barely exists before age 2. Then it arrives, almost on cue, and peaks around age 4. In kids raised in cities, in villages, in cultures with no shared monster stories at all. A fear that shows up on its own, everywhere, at the same age, without being taught. That's not a bad habit. That's built in. Sigmund Freud thought it was really about being left alone, separation from your parents in a dark room. And that's part of it. But it doesn't explain why a grown adult, alone by choice, still feels the hair lift on the back of their neck. To find where this really comes from, you have to go back long before bedrooms. Back to when the dark could actually kill you. We think of humans as the top of the food chain. And today, with our tools, we are. But that's brand new. For almost our entire story, we were not the hunters. We were the hunted. Picture your ancestor, hundreds of thousands of years ago. No walls, no fire yet, or a fire that's dying. And out there in the grass, lions, leopards, hyenas. Here's the cruel detail. Nearly all of them hunt at night. And in that darkness, a leopard can see you clearly from a distance, where you are effectively blind. The night wasn't a fair fight. It was sloped completely against us. Our eyes simply don't work in the dark the way a predator's do. So imagine 2 of these ancestors. One relaxes when the sun goes down. The other feels a knot of unease, stays near the others, flinches at every sound. Only one of those 2 ancestors reliably lived to have children. The nervous one, fear, kept them alive long enough to pass that fear on. Multiply that across hundreds of thousands of generations, and the calm ones quietly disappear from the story. What's left? What you inherited is a brain that treats darkness as danger by default. And it's fast. Faster than thinking. In experiments, people spot a threatening shape, a snake, a coiled line in the grass, before they're even consciously aware they've seen anything. The alarm fires first. The explanation comes later. One anthropologist, Lynne Isbell, argues our sharp eyesight itself was partly built by this. Millions of years of needing to spot the predator in the shadow before it spotted you. So the dark doesn't scare you because it's empty. It scares you because your brain is screaming that it can't check whether it's empty. And to that ancient alarm, I can't check, means assume the worst. This is the part that explains the monster under the bed. In the dark, your brain gets no visual data, and a brain hates a blank. So it fills it with the single most useful thing it could imagine, a predator. That's why the shape in the corner becomes a figure. Why does the coat on the door become a person? Your mind isn't malfunctioning. It's running a very old rule. When you can't see the threat, invent one and stay ready. It's the exact trick every horror film uses. The scariest moment is never the monster on screen. It's the dark hallway before it. Because the thing your imagination builds is always worse than anything a director could show you. The monsters change with the times. For your ancestor, it was a big cat. For a child today, it's a creature in the closet. Same empty dark, same ancient alarm, just a new costume. And that raises a strange, almost uncomfortable question. The fear of the dark isn't the flaw. It's the reason you exist. Every ancestor in your unbroken line, every single one, made it through the night. And a huge number of them made it precisely because they were the ones who felt afraid and acted on it. The calm ones, the ones who wandered into the dark without a second thought, a lot of them simply didn't come back. They're not in your family tree. You are descended exclusively from the scared ones. So the next time the light goes out and something in you goes quietly on alert, you don't have to be embarrassed by it. That flicker is a message, hundreds of thousands of years old, from the people who kept you alive. It's just saying what it's always said. Be careful. I can't see. The strange thing is that the alarm doesn't switch off when you finally fall asleep. It follows you in. And your brain spends the whole night rehearsing the very dangers it's afraid of. Which is a whole other question. Why do we have nightmares? That one's next. I'll see you in the dark.